Hi. Today we're going to be in the Niagara Escarpment in western New York, and we're going to go to a place called Arrowhead Springs Vineyards, and it's run by Duncan and Robin Ross. And they make spectacular wines out there in the Niagara Escarpment. So you're going to really enjoy this one. Lots of great wine. Come on. The Niagara Escarpment, AVA, is an American viticultural area in the Niagara County, New York, along the Niagara Escarpment. It's near both Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. The AVA was certified on October 11, 2005, and covers an area of 18,000 acres. The AVA stretches from Lewiston, New York, to Stockport and beyond. The nearest major city is Buffalo. The largest number of American wineries in the AVA on the escarpment are not far from the Canadian border. Wines range from the traditional grape varieties such as Merlot, Cabernet Franc, Cabernet Sauvignon, Syrah, Malbec, Chardonnay, and Riesling to varieties such as Bac Noir, Catawba, Chancellor, Concord, Diamond, Niagara, Seyval Blanc, Siegfried, Steuben, and Vidal Blanc. The escarpment provides lake effect to the region's growers, allowing for warmer springs, longer falls, extending the growing season on both sides. It also affords, in many cases, good airflow, which makes for a good growing region on both sides of the international border. The oldest winery in the region was founded in the 19th century and is now lost to time, but the region's growth began in the late 1990s with the opening of the first new winery. There are now 22 wineries making up the Niagara Wine Trail. Duncan and Robin Ross planted their vineyard on a cool day in May of 2006. Arrowhead Springs is located in the Niagara Escarpment American Viticultural Area wine-growing region. They grow such varietals as Pinot Noir, Merlot, Syrah, Cabernet Sauvignon, Chardonnay, Cabernet Franc, Riesling, and Vidal Blanc. Arrowhead Springs practices sustainable farming techniques. They also have a 10 kilowatt wind turbine and roof-mounted solar panels, as well as geothermal heating and cooling. Two border collies, Ian and Kaz, are field supervisors at the vineyard and in the winery. Arrowhead Springs tasting room is both spacious and beautiful. Kaz doubles as a greeter in the tasting room when not out in the field. The winery has a large and opulent event space. It doubles as a tasting room when there are no events going on. Reserve Chardonnay is an estate-grown Chardonnay, aged in stainless steel, crisp and complex, beautiful stone fruit, hints of tropical fruit with lively acidity, really pretty. This is an elegant East Coast Chardonnay. The Arrowhead Springs Rosé is a beautiful, bright colored rosé, and it's got lots of fresh strawberry and bright cherry at the front. There's some tropical notes in the middle, and there's a big punch of citrus at the back, a little lemon, a little lime. Really keeps the fruit fresh at the back end, and a nice light cherry lingers forever. Reserve Pinot Noir Barrel Select. This is a beautiful, cool climate Pinot Noir. Lovely bright cherry all up front, lovely floral note, bright cherries on the nose and palate, lovely vanilla, smooth finish, terrific acidity that makes the fruit linger forever. Love this one. The next one I tried was the Cool Terroir.
Hello, my name is James Suscie. I'm Director of Sales here at Arrowhead Springs Vineyards in Lockport, New York, along the Niagara Escarpment AVA. With us today, I have our Cool Terroir blend. Terroir, coming from the Latin terra terrara, means of the earth. And it's a name that perfectly describes our growing conditions and climate here along the Niagara Escarpment. This wine is very special to us because it is comprised of the 4 largest plantings of red vinifera that we grow here. It's primarily Syrah and Merlot with a little bit of Cabernet Sauvignon and Cabernet Franc. It's gonna be super smooth, lots of fruit up front, good acidity, with a little bit of white pepper on the finish from the Syrah.
Terroir is one of my favorite wines from Arrowhead Springs, a real snapshot of what the Niagara Escarpment AVA can do. It's incredibly unique. It's got 24 months in French, American, and Eastern European oak, but more importantly, this is a terrific fruit wine. Especially if you like Italian wines, this got that same kind of feel. It's a medium-bodied wine. It's got a big, bold flavor, but it's also a fantastic fruit wine. You really got to try this. The Estate Merlot is supple, medium to full-bodied wine with black cherry, raspberry, red cassis, mocha, lovely soft tannins, nice little sort of chocolatey finish, really beautiful acidity, which makes the ripe cherry just linger forever. Really lovely. The Estate Cab Sav is a full-bodied red, big, chewy flavors on it. Stewed dark fruits, black cherry, dark raspberry, black currant, cassis, dark chocolate, spice, hint of vanilla, really lovely tannins, and a really good, nice, long finish. Beautiful wine. You should check out the single barrel edition of this wine as well. The Estate Cab Franc is something to behold. It really is. Beautiful cherries. You've got dark cherry, you've got ripe cherry, it got the graphite to it. It's just this big giving wine. Beautiful tannins, beautifully structured. Again, one of the wonderful wines that you're going to get from Arrowhead Springs. Definitely go to the top of the line. Next was the Arrowhead Springs Meritage.
And here we have our 2016 Meritage Reserve. Meritage is an American term, a combination of the words merit and heritage that was coined in 1988 to encourage American winemakers to start producing Bordeaux blends under a single term. This offering is 55% Cabernet Franc, 26% Cabernet Sauvignon, and 19% Merlot, oak aged for 24 months, so 2 years, in French, American, and Eastern European oak. Meritage is our crown jewel. It's what our winemaker considers to be his best blend. It drinks very much like a traditional Bordeaux. It's spicy in the sense of baking spice, hints of clove and allspice on the nose and the finish, with a little bit of blackberry up front.
I love the Meritage, another impressive wine from Arrowhead Springs. Blackberry, blueberry, dark cherry, aromas of dark salted caramel, chocolate. It's a big, big wine, great complexity, really pretty wine. Vidal Blanc ice wine. This is a beautiful, unctuous dessert wine with notes of dried apricot, tropical fruits, pineapple is very pronounced, honey, orange blossom, tremendous acidity too, which of course makes this wine beautiful because you've got that sweetness balanced out by the acidity. Absolutely fantastic.
Well, I certainly hope you enjoyed that. The wines were absolutely spectacular. If you're looking for some good wines in the western part of New York State, you definitely want to go to Arrowhead Springs. Want to say a special thank you very much to Robin and to Duncan and James and to, of course, Ian and Kaz. Anyway, get on out there to Arrowhead Springs Vineyards. Really fantastic stuff. And get on out to the Niagara Escarpment. Anyway, we'll see you next time.
Well, that's it for this edition of the Great American Winery Stroopwaffle. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you'll come back soon. And in the meantime, drink local.